The Performing Musician Association of Nigeria, PMAN, has announced a strategic partnership with the Nigerian Copyright Commission in its fight against piracy. The association's president, Priti Okafor, met with the Director General of the NCC, Mr. John O. Asien, and charted out a three-point plan to help combat the piracy and bootlegging scourge in the industry. According to Okafor, the partnership would restructure the collective management organization's landscape in the industry, review of royalty tariffs on usage of musical works on digital and analog platforms, and also amend the Nigerian Copyright Act and enforcement of anti-piracy laws and policies. While PMAN is going about the business of building structures for the industry, a young rock music enthusiast is taking up the challenge of leading rock music into the Nigerian mainstream music scene. The self-professed rock goddess hopes to spice up the Afrobeat-dominated soundscape with a bit of rock infusion.
Singer Bianca Okorocha, popularly known as Clay, is something unusual in the world of Nigerian music. In a nation dominated by Afrobeat, the 26-year-old, who calls herself the Nigerian rock goddess, is trying to change long-held perceptions that rock is something alien to her country's music scene. Dressed in black with a crucifix sign on her cheek, she gives her alternative rock style a hometown vibe with lyrics in local languages, Igbo and Nigerian Pidgin. Clay's new single, Waiting You Want, tells her story of defiance in a city full of crooks and hustlers with the Pidgin catchphrase, "This is Lagos." She says her musical style is heavily influenced by her father's love of rock.
Rock music chose me because even when I was young, without any idea or plan of going into music at all, I was already writing songs on the side, and they were all rock songs. When I had to pick my own TV channel, I was picking channels that play rock music. So this is something that I always liked, like when I was growing up as a child. And my dad too influenced that because he's listening to Bon Jovi and the likes. People tell me that, oh, when they heard my song on the radio and they heard the English parts, like, oh, they thought it was an American song. Then next thing they heard Igbo, like, oh my gosh, she's Nigerian. So yeah, I think that's like, me doing that has sort of like broken that divide that would have said, oh, she's one Igbo artist, and make them feel like, yes, they have someone in Nigeria doing stuff like that.
Clay began singing in a church choir, then moved on to perform in bars and at concerts. She released her first single in 2011, Ogadisima, or It's Going to Be Well, which went down a storm.
I loved it. I love that raw thing, like you could feel where she was coming from. You could feel the music, you could feel the soul. So that's why I loved her performance.
Sometimes it gets dark, but not dark in a satanist way. Like I try to touch on people's emotions like depression, sadness, losing someone. Yeah, so I try to make, like whatever I'm writing, usually, like my songs, usually like direct stuff that's happened to me, and I know that's happened to other people as well.
She collaborates with other alternative artists to push these growing genres for a space in the country's vibrant music scene.